Hey, real quick, if you're over 50 and you're a health entrepreneur, someone who's a personal trainer, health coach, maybe even a clinician, a nurse, something like that, and you've probably experienced what I call the credibility trap. You know you're stuck in that trap when you wake up, you check your social media, and you have like tons of likes, tons of comments, tons of people are enjoying your content, but then nobody is working with you. You can't get sales, you can't get customers to go from a follower to actually a qualified lead. Now, if that's what you're suffering from, that's exactly what I experienced for months. And you're not alone. There are so many people right now who are over 50 who have amazing stories, who really transform their health and are able to help others do the same thing. They just don't have the tools to be able to turn people from followers into leads. Now, if that's something you want to solve today, if you want to wake up and you actually have clients who are trying to come in and clients who want to work with you, not just likes on your posts, then this video is exactly what you need. We're going to make sure that you understand what is a lead magnet and what are the 3 mistakes that are probably crippling your lead magnet from actually being successful. So let's dive right in. For a couple of years, I've been working as a doctor of physical therapy. And a big thing that we do as a physical therapist is we make sure to do an assessment. Now, the whole purpose of this assessment is so that we understand what are your baseline deficits? What are the things you're struggling with? You probably do a similar thing. If you're a nutrition coach, you might get a food log. Or maybe if you're a personal trainer, you're going to see what exercises are they comfortable with, what exercises are they struggling with. The same thing needs to be done inside of our business. We need to assess what am I already doing to try to get leads and how is that working for me? Now, if you're watching this video, that probably means you're like most of us where things aren't working very well. And that pain and that discomfort is what we're going to solve right now. And it all starts by asking these 3 questions, or really identifying these 3 mistakes that most people make when they try to convert people into becoming leads. And the first mistake that people make is that they don't know what a lead magnet is. Like, stop and ask yourself this question. If you think of a lead magnet, and what comes to mind is like a PDF that's free, or a video that's free, or maybe an audio or an interview or some kind of product like that, then you're totally missing the point because that's not what a lead magnet is. Lead magnets have been around since before we had technology, before we made PDFs, before we did any of those things. And I'm going to explain this in super simple terms. A lead magnet is something that should provide a transformation, something that brings your clients out of pain so that they feel better. Now, that can be done in a ton of different ways, but the easiest way to do this is to map out what steps do my customer need to be able to take in order to get to their end result. So if it's weight loss, right, they need to be able to do X, Y, and Z before they're going to ever lose weight. Cool. Well, I'm going to take step 1, whichever is honestly the easiest and whichever is going to be the fastest for them to accomplish. And I'm going to deliver that result in a lead magnet. So the reason why this matters so much is because most people just go around and put a bunch of information like, oh, a couple of exercises, maybe they'll put a nutritional plan and slap it together and call it a lead magnet. But you actually are doing your customers a disservice when all you do is just give them more information, especially with YouTube, ChatGPT. Like, how is that actually valuable? Instead, what your customers are going to value most is taking them from a state of confusion and bringing them to clarity. An example of this is that I was trying to get better at making my YouTube thumbnails. And what I did is I followed this YouTuber who he went through an entire video presentation all about thumbnails. And about halfway through the video, he actually said, hey, if you want a checklist that's able to describe all the different things you need to be able to do a good thumbnail, just go ahead and click on the link and you can get that checklist. And I 100% clicked, opted in, and now I get emails from him. And the reason why I went and actually got that lead magnet is because he was going to give me clarity, which would help me get the end result of better thumbnails. So a lead magnet needs to be in your mind much more than just a bunch of random stuff put together that seems like it should be valuable. You should have a clear destination. You should say to yourself, or when they watch this video or they use this product, so they're going to get this end result. So the first mistake is not really knowing what a lead magnet should be. The second mistake is that people will make their lead magnets way too long. I'm talking like 10 pages or a couple of videos that I have to go through and watch and spend almost an hour just to consume the lead magnet. See, you don't want to just give away a free course as your lead magnet. The reason is that it's going to take them way too long to go through your content to then get your end result. You want to shrink that time down into about 10 minutes. Someone should be able to go through and get a result in like 10 minutes if possible. An example of this is that I used to try to run workshops that were 90 minutes long for my lead magnets. Like 90-minute long live workshops. It was a terrible idea. Not that there's anything wrong with a 90-minute workshop. In fact, I have a 90-minute workshop right now, which if you want, you can go in the link in the description and sign up for it. But the problem was it shouldn't be your only lead magnet, at least not the first lead magnet. The reason is because someone who had never heard of me would jump onto this workshop, see that it was this really long presentation, and then opt out. So what you need to do is make a quick win possible in their lives so that then you can start to email them, you can start engaging in the DMs, you can do other forms of reach outs that you can push longer form content and longer form products. So we kind of know what is a lead magnet. It's getting someone a transformation that's super quick. The second thing is a lead magnet needs to be short. It needs to be easy to consume. Think Skittles rather than a Thanksgiving meal. The third mistake that people make with their lead magnets, and this is honestly the biggest one, is that they try to sell pleasure rather than taking away pain. What do I mean by this? I literally paid, I kid you not, over $20,000 for a business coach. And probably one of the single biggest lessons that they taught is that lead magnets need to be things that take you out of pain. Here's the reason why. If you talk to someone, say you're a dentist, and you really want to go out and to promote your whitening strips, and you go walking around the street and you're saying like, hey, buy my white strips, buy my whitening strips. Come on here, this will totally fix your teeth. It's going to make you look amazing. Come here, buy, 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 buy. People are just going to like turn the other way and feel like this guy's weird. I don't want to talk to them. And you turn people off. Instead, if say you're sitting on an airplane, right, and someone starts complaining about their toothache, they're having a ton of pain, and you're a dentist, and you say, hey, I'm a dentist. Do you want me to help you with your tooth pain? Do you think they're going to say yes? Absolutely. They feel stuck inside this airplane. They have a pain that they don't know how to solve, and all of a sudden, someone who has expertise in this, they're able to present an offer or some kind of solution that, hey, I can take away your pain. We're much more willing to trust people when we're in pain. It's because pain is a powerful, powerful tool. And so instead of trying to fight human nature, let's work with human nature. So now as you go through and build your lead magnet, I want you to think of these three questions. The first one, what is the transformation that this tool is going to provide? The video, the PDF, whatever it is, those are just tools to get a result. They are not the result in and of themselves. The second thing is we want to have the 10-minute test. Hey, is this going to take more than 10 minutes for my prospective customer to be able to consume and use? If so, probably not meant for a lead magnet. Could be useful for something else, maybe in a course, maybe inside even a long form YouTube video, but not something for a lead magnet. The third thing is I want to ask, am I taking them away from pain? Again, if I take them away from pain, that is one of the best ways to be able to break down those barriers of skepticism, honestly, and also to build trust in the way that we want to for long-term relationships. We want them to see us as someone who has the solutions to their pains. And so when we present the opportunity to be able to get the thing they've desired the most, right? Which is what you sell. They're going to say, sign me up. I can't wait to work with you. If you have questions, go ahead and put them down in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.